What's going on, guys? This is Max. Welcome to Max channel. My name is Max. So how you guys been doing? It's been a minute. Um, I'm back here again with another video. Has been a long time since I've done a last video. I think it was about more than a week ago. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I've been kind of busy. Um, Missing Premier League, man. Missing club football. That's what I've been doing. It's been super. It's been a minute, yeah. But it's back finally. It's been 2 weeks since the last club football match. International break is over. Premier League is back. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's do this. We have a Manchester United versus West Brom game coming up. Actually at 2:30 a.m. local time here in Burma. So yeah, I'm here to talk about the lineups, what's been going on, what's been happening over the break, international break, how things are shaping up for Manchester United, about the fans, the players, the manager, of course, all of this in this video. So yeah, good to be back. Good to be back on YouTube. First of all, I want to say is that the 2 weeks, the international break has been really long for us, especially as club fans. Like for me also as a United fan, it's just boring. Like there's nothing to watch. I mean, I see some international like in UEFA National League play every now and then, like England versus Iceland and matches like that, which doesn't really have like spark any interest in me, especially. And I think that goes for all the club fans out there too. Like club football is way more exciting. The Champions League, Premier League, even like Spanish League, Bundesliga, Italian football. Not to mention the French league. Yeah, it's just it feels better to. It's more watchable. It's more exciting. So yeah, like let's get right into it. So how are things standing right now with Manchester United? And the last before the break, the last match we had was with Everton. We won 3-1 away from home, which was actually a pretty decent game to build on. Because before that, like Manchester United, you guys all know the form was so bad. We've lost I think we've lost a few games that we lost in the Champions League game. We drew against Arsenal. We lost. We lost to Arsenal. We drew against Chelsea, all home. And in fact, we haven't won any home games this season. So that's been a terrible record that we have right now. So we are really hoping. We're really hoping that we have a shot to win. We do win this game, which is at home to West Brom. And West Brom is right now they are on the 18th of the table, Premier League table. They haven't won a game at all this season. They are struggling. They have only have 3 points, I think. Yeah, they only have 3 points, three draws and 5 losses in their last 8 matches. We, on the other hand, we are on 14, which is not very far. We play actually 7 games, 3 wins and 1 draw and 3 losses, which itself is nothing to brag about. And the worst part is, as I've mentioned already, no wins at home this season. So this is a really must-win game for Oli. And it's West Brom. And it's at home, is at West Brom. But yeah, I know it's easier said than done. Because West Brom, I wouldn't say they're a very good, decent team. A very good team because they came from the division lower. I think the English division. They just got promoted this season. They're still trying to find their ground in the EPL Premier League level. But they have a very good manager, Stephen Balick. He used to manage West Ham United. He brought them to like I think as high as like 6th or 7th position, which is pretty good for West Ham. So he has a lot of experience. And then also another thing is they're probably gonna come to Old Trafford, United home ground, and probably try to like park it up, like park it up and then play counter-attacking football, which is what we are normally good at doing. So this is gonna be very interesting to watch because normally when we go play against big teams, away from home, we do pretty good. We do a pretty good job, pretty decent job. Like look at Everton, not necessarily we play counter attacking or like park the bus football, but we tend to do better at away games because the other teams are attacking us. So in this case, I think West Brom wouldn't attack us. They'll probably play like set up shop, play very tight defensively, and try to hit us, try to get a goal or maybe one or like get a draw. That's probably what they're trying to aim at, coming away from home. And West Brom, as I said, is not a very good team. But they have a good manager. So probably tactics wise, they're probably on par with what they are supposed to do. Quality wise, we are streets ahead of West Brom team. We have a lot of superstars. They're all coming back. Some of them are injured, which I'll get into later in the lineups and formation. But yeah, I mean, a team head to head, the quality is you can't even compare. Manchester United, we have a lot of good players. Just a lot of them have a breakthrough, and some of them play international. Actually, yeah, some of them play international and perform very well, which I'll probably get into a little bit later. So it's exciting, but more so that it has to be a win game. We need to start up with a win for Manchester United. And don't forget, in the last video I did, link is in the description of the video of this video. In the last video, I've already mentioned Oli still is under a lot of pressure. Even I mentioned before the Everton game in the preview in my video that if we don't win this game, if Oli doesn't win this game, Manchester United is done. I mean, his career is done. Not Manchester United. Manchester United cannot be done. It's there. So we are speculating, about Poch is there. He's gonna take over during the international break. Blah blah blah. But because we got the win, Oli has a little bit longer breathing space or breathing room or whatever you want to call it, longer time frame for him to turn this season around because let's face it, it hasn't been a good season at all for Manchester United, especially at home. So anyways, we had like this two week of break, of international football. So a lot of rumors, some of them died down, some of them, the new rumors coming up. One of them is that, Oli is planning already to Manchester United, and Oli is already planning their future for next summer transfer window. So it means that, if you listen to this kind of speculation and rumors, it means Oli might be sticking around for until this end of the season at least, or maybe even longer. But however, you all know that in football, a lot of things can change very quickly. A few lost games here and there, and then he's already Oli out. A lot of fans are gonna be Oli out, including myself, maybe. Usually, I'm not Oli out right away. I'm one of the fans where I want to give a little bit more time to Oli, see how it is. But let's face it, if he ends up losing to West Brom, and like a few other games coming up, I don't see him maybe not even longer than January or December, or January window even. So football, is very reactionary. We have to wait and see where it takes him and Manchester United. So my point is, this is a must-win game for Oli and Manchester United because one thing is we are sitting at 14. Oli's under a lot of pressure. We don't have a good form, especially at home. And another thing is West Brom without a win, which they don't have a win all season. So we have to beat them. It's the game is there to be go and grab and take. So, and this is the type of game that Oli hasn't been able to convincingly win as a team and win over the fans, like with like a very brilliant display of football. We haven't seen that yet. We see maybe some sparkle here and there, like IP Leipzig game, like Oli beat them 5-0. And even then at Old Trafford when they beat 5-0 to IP Leipzig, it wasn't like it wasn't like a dominating performance. It was more like a smash and grab, more like a tactical masterclass or whatever you want to call it. He set up in a way that more defensively and then counter-attacking football. So with West Brom only have a chance to experience more of attacking, more open play, more rhythm with the team. And I'll get into the players and the lineup right now. So as I said, this game is a chance for Oli to experiment with a more attacking play, attacking rhythm, more forceful, more controlled ball playing game. Because of the West Brom quality is not very good. Like compared to Arsenal or Chelsea, they're probably more of an evenly matched teams. So, like I said, Oli needs to go out there and grab the game, take control of the game, and win the game. So, if you look at the match itself, if let's say West Brom can set up like a very good defensive play and then have a 0-0 by halftime, then Ole's gonna have a lot of pressure to break them down, especially in the second half. So my point is, what I'm trying to say is, Ole and Manchester United team needs early goal. An early goal. If we get like one goal like in the first 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure 90% that we're gonna see through the game, unless something crazy happen or like disastrous happen at the back, or like we give away like a silly penalty or a foul, which I don't think that's gonna happen in this game. So my point is, Ole needs to grab control of this game, go on full attacking, and there is a chance to do it. The situation is for him to do this kind of tactics or to this kind of attacking play. So okay, being said all that, let's get into the lineup. So my predicted lineup would be De Gea at the goal, of course. Wan-Bissaka will play, and on the left side, left back position, Luke Shaw unfortunately is injured from the Everton game that we've all know from that game. He's still injured. He cannot play. So in Luke Shaw position, Telles will be coming in. So we'll have a chance to see Telles play for the first time in Premier League football at Old Trafford. So it's pretty exciting also because we haven't seen Telles play for a full 90 minutes, which I think he will be playing in this game, and we were gonna have a lot of attacking threat from the left hand side. I mean, Luke Shaw is a good player defensively, and he's a solid player going forward. But Telles is more of an attacking player, attacking left sided player. Left back player, so we'll probably see a lot of runs down the left hand side, and probably can attack West Brom from there. So Telles will be there. In the central two position, I think he will go with Standard Maguire and Lindelof. Although I heard that Lindelof is injured his shoulder or back. I'm not sure. I forgot. But I heard Lindelof has been injured his shoulder or back in the international friendly that he played in the last game in Sweden. So I'm not sure if he will be fit or not to play this game. So if he's fit, I'm sure Oli will definitely play him. Whether it's the right decision to play or not, I don't know, because I don't know the extent of the injury. Is it like serious or not? But bear in mind, there's a lot of games coming up after West Brom. There's no more international break for until next year. So we're gonna have a lot of games during Christmas time, Boxing Day, yada yada yada. FA Cup is coming, Carabao Cup is coming back, Champions League matches are coming, plus the Premier League matches. So there's gonna be a lot of games. There's gonna be like a game every, I think, 3 days, 3 or 4 days for like at least I think 2 months. So Oli really needs to look after his players, which I think he already said in a few of his interviews, to take care of his player because of all the matches which are very tight in between. So, anyways, if Lindelof is okay, I'm sure he will play. But I'm guessing, if I have to guess, I think he might take a rest, and then Twanzebe will come in. Twanzebe, I have no problem with him playing next to Maguire. I think it will actually make a better pairing because Twanzebe is young, he's faster, and he's probably better with more agile, better with the ball, and maybe able to complement Maguire better. And then because Maguire can bring the ball back out from the back, Transavia can be a shielder, which I think Maguire has been using Lindelof to do, which is not working very well. And Transavia is better built too, so he'll probably be able to, how to say, support Maguire in runs and then playing ball out from the back, and especially with a team like West Brom, which is gonna play very defensively and not gonna attack too much. Transavia would be a better option, I think. So that's the back five. And moving forward, there will be, of course, uh, we are all saying, I mean, we're all speculating as Man U fans, Manchester United fans, that Fred and McTominay will come again as the defensive midfielders, which we have to wait and see. Personally, I would go with Pogba and Fred, or Pogba and McTominay, because if you guys knew this or not, in the international break, Pogba played very good. Pogba had a very good play, a very good form. I think he even scored a goal or created a goal. I didn't watch the game, the French game. They won against Portugal international team, and they went through to the next stage of the UEFA Nations League. So in that game also he played very well. So and he might be able to come back in the team. That depends on Oli. If Oli is feeling more adventurous, I mean, Pogba hasn't been playing at all. I mean, he's been playing, but he hasn't been starting any of the Manchester United games. He's been on the bench most of the games. So we have to wait and see if Oli will continue to do that, or he will actually bring Pogba in replace of either Fred or McTominay. So before I said that, actually, I want to say something about the formation. The formation that I'm actually picking is 4-2-3-1, which is what Oli has been picking in the last few games as well, especially in Everton game. So yeah, so going back to my formation is two, which is gonna be, in my opinion, it should be Pogba and Fred or McTominay, and moving forward, of course, Bruno down the middle as an attacking mid, and on the left side, Rashford, obviously, and on the right side, either Mata, or if again Oli is feeling a little bit adventurous, Donny van de Beek can come in to play. Again, he also played very well in this international break for his national team. So Pogba and Donny van de Beek are two of the players who are in very good form, so he might consider to bring him in to play. So we just have to wait and see for that. Otherwise, he can pick the same team, which is what he did against Everton, which is Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Mata, and Rashford on the left side. Funny thing, or interesting thing rather, about Rashford. I heard that Rashford is carrying a knock from the friendlies, from the international break, and he actually didn't play the last match for England. So again, like it's similar situation to Luke Shaw, I think. We don't know the extent of this injury, so we don't know as fans, like is it just like a knock, or is it like more serious long term? All he has to consider, of course, he's a coach, so he knows the extent of the injury. So we have to wait and see. So that's an interesting position. If Rashford cannot play or not be able to play because he's not fit, who will take Rashford position? And of course, in the front as a striker role is Martial will play, who again is one of the another player who played very well during his international break for his national team. So if Rashford doesn't play, we have to consider who will be the front three rather, front three or four rather. So it's gonna be very interesting how Oli set the formation, the lineup. And again, like is my formation is 4-2-3-1 with two defensive midfielder, because I'm guessing that that's the formation that he will pick. But you never know with Oli, you know. He's been changing formation to a diamond, to a 4-3-1 without the wingers. So those two, also five at the back, like he's been doing 5-2-3 also. So we don't know. He's been picking a lot of different positions this whole season. So we have to wait and see. But if I have to guess, because it's already home against West Brom, he's definitely not gonna go five at the back. He might do a diamond, but that depends. If Rashford is maybe injured or not fit, he could go for a diamond and bring Cavalli in. Maybe bring Cavalli and Martial at the front too. Bruno as the top of the diamond. Pogba or McTominay, and maybe Donny van de Beek and Matic at the base of the diamond, which also would be very interesting for us to see. Because if he does this kind of shape, again, it will be, I think, more attacking because more players on the field who are maybe more attacking minded. He can play more players who are more up the field because he will only have one defensive midfielder at the base of the diamond. So again, that will be also interesting to see. In fact, I think if Rashford is injured, I will go ahead and say, or not able to play, I will go ahead and say he will probably pick that lineup, which is Martial, Cavalli as strikers, Bruno at the top of the diamond, Pogba on the right, maybe Fred or McTominay on the left, and Matic at the base. That's probably his lineup, I think. So this is my opinion. So, anyways, we have to wait and see. It's gonna be very exciting for us. It's actually at 2:30 a.m. at night. So I'm gonna have an early dinner, take a short nap, and then probably wake up around like 2:30, 2:15 to watch the game with the rest of you guys, whoever out there, Man United fans watching from around the world. Usually the night games are not very good for us or people over here in Asia. We prefer like the early evening or like late afternoon games. But anyways, you gotta watch it. But I am pretty convinced, pretty confident that we're gonna win this one. We're gonna win because the repercussions and the consequences of not winning this game will be massive for Oli. I know this is the first game back from international break. Some people maybe are rusty. Some people haven't played football for like a couple of weeks. Some people are playing throughout the international break. Some people may be tired. There might be a few injuries. But for us, those are not excuses anymore. For Liverpool, maybe, but for Manchester United, those are not excuses anymore because we already have a big squad. We know how to rotate the squad. Ollie's been experimenting with young players like Greenwood, Transavy, a lot of superstars in the bench, according to his past, like picking up the lineup. We don't have any more excuse. Pogba don't have an excuse anymore. Pogba, Ollie's playing, he's not very fit, blah, blah, blah. He's been playing super good in the last 2-3 games of the international and UEFA Nations League. So there's no excuse. That's my point. All he has to go out and win. If he doesn't, all the pressure that was before Everton, before the international break, is gonna come back even harder and stronger. And Poch is still there. Poch is not going anywhere. So we Man U fans, we have a lot of high expectation for our club, for our team. We have a very high standard. We don't like to lose, even draw, like most of the games. So we are probably at the very edge, and it's just because of the international break and the win against Everton kind of sort of give Oli like a little breather. But that doesn't mean anything if we go ahead and like even draw against West Brom. So we have to win. So the first priority is we have to win. But the second thing is the way we win, how we're gonna win. Like I said in my video, are we gonna set up like very defensive and then counter attack and then we're gonna nick a goal? Which I don't think that's gonna work against West Brom. But it could also, because West Brom quality is not there, so it could work. But even if that's work, that's not really convincing win. So we have to wait and see that. That kind of game formation, the player dynamics. So we have to watch that in the game. Secondly, is like the way he set up the team, the who he's playing, what kind of players he bringing out there. Is the players the right fit for the team or the formation that he's playing? Are they fighting for the manager, which is Oli? So all that we have to wait and see. If we go out there and beat them like 3-0, 4-0, like playing full, like attacking football, I'm pretty sure Oli fans who are right now Oli out will probably be like, all right, okay, maybe he has a chance to bring it around, So this game itself, even though it's West Brom, it's a huge game for us fans and also for Oli to basically for the rest of the season, like to set the tone. Because if we go ahead and beat them very convincingly, what's next? There's gonna be another game in like 3 days. I think the next game is Istanbul at Old Trafford, so we can take this momentum. We can go ahead and beat them because they beat us, in the last Champions League's away game at their home. So if we beat them, we're in a very good chance to qualify for the next round. So the momentum can pick up again, and Oli needs to definitely. That's what all us fans are saying all over the world are saying is Oli needs to pick up this momentum and he needs to go on a run. It needs to go on a big run. It's not like a 3-4 winning run. We're talking about at least like 7, 8, 9 games run of not losing and winning maybe like 80% of that. Then we have a chance to salvage something. We'll be in the conversation of the season like I'm not even talking about the title of Premier League or winning the Champions League. No, I'm talking about being in the conversation, like maybe top 4, like not too behind with the likes of Chelsea, Spurs, which they're doing pretty well. Man City, yeah, sort of, but they're not going away. So yeah, at least Manchester United will be in the conversation. So Oli needs to deliver this kind of a run to us fans. So with that in mind, I comes to the end of my video. So score predictions. Okay, so score predictions. I have to go and say I'm pretty confident, guys. I'm very confident that we're gonna win because of all the things that I just mentioned. Players are back. They're ready. They had some breaks. They are in form. So all the stars are fit. Well, most of the stars are fit. So and West Brom, I think they just don't have the quality, I mean, they can set up very defensively. They can like do like park the bus. They can attack us, counter. But I just feel like the quality at the end of the day is not there. There's a huge gap in the quality, and plus a lot of players didn't play over the international break, so they might be rusty. They might be not match fit. We have to wait and see, right? How the managers set up. So all those factors will play in, but I believe in the end. Okay, maybe I might be setting myself to apologize or get really pissed off in the later video, which I will do after the game. But I will go ahead with 3-0 win, Manchester United. A 3-0 win. We're gonna get an early goal, and that will lead us to a very comfortable, maybe first, second half. Probably a couple of goals in the first half, and then one at like maybe 80th minute or 75th minute to grab it all. Not a late winner, but yeah, like 75, 80 minute to make it a 3-0. So that's my prediction, guys. I hope I'm right, and I'll see you guys after the match. I will do a review, which I always do of the game, and take it easy, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.